Welcome to the Bendino Podcast, where we're calling a spade a spade. Great to be here with you guys today. Lisa Leslie goes on ESPN First Take, and let's call a spade here. She absolutely drags every single GM in the league that voted not to start their franchise with Caitlin Clark. She dragged them all through the mud. She talked business and sense. She talked dollar signs. She said, y'all know we're in a money-making business, right? Y'all know we're in a industry that people want to get paid in, right? You know who's going to help you guys get paid the most? You know who's going to pack the arenas the most? You know who's going to get you the most sponsorship deals, the most advertisement deals, the most exposure, the most jersey sales, the most merchandise. Do you know who's going to do that for you guys? It ain't PB. It ain't Paige. It's CC22. Seeing Lisa Leslie on ESPN First Take actually prompted a thought that I had. Where has the media been through this first week or so of the WNBA season? Where has the media that's been in favor of Caitlin Clark, where have they been? We're going to talk about it. Let's get right into it, shall we? Like the video, hype the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below and subscribe to the channel. That would mean so much to me. Before we get into what Lisa Leslie said, Caitlin Clark shooting 91% from inside 5 feet and making more in that range than Stewie, A'ja Wilson, Angel Reese, but we're not surprised. That's her kryptonite. Within 5 feet, Angel Reese's kryptonite, and Brittany Griner. Caitlin Clark haters really do anything but watch basketball. She's averaging 5.5 field goal attempts per game within 5 feet, finishing at a 90.9% clip. Caitlin Clark, one of the most underrated parts of her game is the ability to get by a defender and finish in the paint. We're all talking about the three-point shot, which we have every right to do. We're all talking about the step back, which we have every right to do. But Caitlin Clark gets by defenders, not going to say easily, but surprisingly easily. And she finishes at the rim, and we're not surprised that Caitlin Clark, one of the few individuals in this league that can finish around the rim at a high clip. The narrative, what else can she do besides shoot threes? And I don't know, play make and finish around the rim and rebound at an elite level, especially for a guard. Moving on, boardroom, Caitlin Clark. We're talking about top-selling jerseys since 2024. Since Caitlin Clark has entered the WNBA, you got Steph Curry 1, Caitlin Clark 2, LeBron James 3, Luka 4, and Victor Wembanyama 5. This is put out by Boardroom via Fanatics and NBA Store. Boardroom, we see you, Caitlin Clark, the same group of schmoes that said A'ja Wilson and Paige Beckers were more marketable. This is why you have to look at these lists sometimes from people like Boardroom and just laugh at them. This is why you don't take their opinions too seriously. You just have to laugh when they come out with bogus lists like A'ja Wilson, Paige Beckers, Caitlin. What are we doing here? What are we talking about here? There's no conversation who the most marketable player is in the WNBA. You think Kathy was selling A'ja Wilson in these meetings? You think Adam Silver was selling A'ja Wilson in these meetings to get this new broadcast deal for the WNBA? He wasn't selling A'ja Wilson. He was selling Caitlin Clark. He wasn't selling A'ja Wilson. He was selling Caitlin Clark because she is the most marketable. Lisa Leslie on ESPN First Take. Let's take a listen to what Lisa Leslie had to say.
Before the season started, WNBA GM selected Paige Beckers as a player they would most like to start a franchise with. What's your reaction to that?
Well, all those GMs probably going to get fired because this is a money business. And money is about Caitlin Clark, who is the player who has made, never in the history of the WNBA have we had a player force teams to get into larger arenas I've never seen that happen. And so if you're the GM, you're obviously supposed to be bringing in money. That's revenue.
Right.
I'm going with Caitlin Clark. What you think, Stephen?
Of course, I've been saying Caitlin Clark. Rising tide lifts all boats.
Rising tide lifts all boats. All the GMs that are picking Paige over Kate, you guys are going to get fired. We're in a money business. You take Paige over Caitlin Clark, you're going to be losing money. How foolish can you be? Even Caitlin Clark having a down couple of games, expectations that she set for herself, expectations that we have for her because we think she's that great, even those down couple of games, better than anything Paige Beckers could do. Caitlin Clark's average right now, better than anything Paige Beckers can muster. Completely healthy, no injury concerns whatsoever. No Paige Beckers back brace. And Caitlin Clark is still putting up the numbers she's putting up. I believe I saw a stat. Caitlin Clark, the amount of time she had 18 points and 8 assists, she's number one in that category. Already. In 54 games, Caitlin Clark is number one in that category. Passing Skylar Diggins, passing Diana Taurasi, passing Chelsea Gray, passing Becky Hammond. You name it, she passed them. She is going to go down as one of the best, if not the best. Scratch that. Sorry, my bad. She's going to go down as the best point guard to ever play the WNBA. That's without a doubt. This had me thinking, though. You have Lisa Leslie on ESPN talking WNBA only because she's on a media tour. Caitlin Clark's played twice. He hasn't talked to Caitlin Clark at all. Stephen A. Smith has a show. He hasn't talked to Caitlin Clark at all. Colin Cowherd has a show. He hasn't talked to Caitlin Clark at all. Nick Wright, he has a show. He hasn't talked to Caitlin Clark at all. Shannon Sharp, Nightcap. They haven't talked to Caitlin Clark at all. Dan Dockage, an Indiana native. Someone who played basketball at Indiana University, Hoosierville. Had Lynn Dunn on his radio show. Caitlin Clark's rookie season. He doesn't talk to Caitlin Clark anymore. The only one still talking Caitlin Clark day in and day out from the mainstream media is Jason Whitlock. Nobody else talks about the WNBA in the mainstream media. Nobody else talks about Caitlin Clark out there in the mainstream media. It really is the fans and the content creators and Whitlock and that's pushing this thing forward. Because the mainstream media, they're damn sure not giving Caitlin Clark any help. All of that media frenzy people were complaining about, it's not there anymore. Shows you how grassroots this really is. It was never about the media pushing her forward. It was about her fans, her supporters, pushing her forward. Her game, pushing her forward. Let me know what you think about that. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like the video, have the video, and subscribe to the channel. That would mean so much to me. See you next time, and as always, take it easy.